So today we're going to be taking a look at an action figure that I have been personally wanting in my collection for a long time now. And I finally got around to it, just got it in the mail recently and very happy with it. And it is Jedi Master Lonna Vash from the video game Knights of the Old Republic 2. So if you don't know, Lonna Vash is one of the Jedi Masters on the Jedi Council during that era of the Mandalorian Wars into the first game, and she happens to survive into the second game after the Jedi Civil War, and she's one of the Jedi Masters that you need to track down within the game. Of course, you have Master Vrook and Master Kavar and Zez Kyle, and of course Atris is along with that group as well. She's not the most well-known Jedi Master of the bunch. In fact, she's probably the one that has the least amount of character development. Unfortunately, if you are familiar with the game, you know that a lot of her content ended up being cut on the original release of it. Thankfully, the Restore Content mod did restore a lot of that, but unfortunately, she did not get a very pleasant ending. I'll say that. I think they could have done a lot more with her. Maybe someday, if we do get a remake or a remaster, they'll do a little more justice for her character. But personally, to me, I think she's one of the ones that treated Mitra Sirik, who was the main character you play as in the game, the best out of most of them. Kavar treats her pretty good. Vrook does not treat her very good at all. Zez Kyle seems kind of, his character seems kind of iffy. He just goes along with the narrative. Of course, Atris is Atris, if you know what I mean. But I think for the most part, Master Vash, and you really see it in the Restore Content mod, treats her better than a lot of the other ones. Anyways, we'll take a look at the action figure. So this is totally not what I was expecting at all, but I have to say I'm pleasantly surprised with how it turned out. Obviously, this is just a lot of repainting of a Rey action figure. I'm not sure if this is the Rise of Skywalker or the Jakku action figure. I'm going to assume it's probably the Jakku one, actually. You can see those extra ponytails that she had in her hair there have been sawed away. I always thought that looked kind of ridiculous anyway on Rey. I do have the Rise of Skywalker Rey as well. I'll do a review of that eventually. So the customizer that made this action figure is Sith Jedi Customs. He has a pretty well-known eBay account, I suppose, in the customs world. I've bought from him before. My Visa Smar, I'm pretty sure, was from him. And he's made this one, and then the next two I'll show you here in a little bit. He does have lots of great customers on his eBay page right now. Very expensive though. He does have a Palm Krell on there at the time of this video, and he's asking like $1,000 for it. It looks really nice, and I guarantee you that if somebody buys that someday, they're going to have a very nice piece for their collection. But $1,000 for one action figure is a little much. Some of the other ones he'll do is like Darth Sion or Jarek from Dark Forces 2. He'll do a lot of the ancient Sith like Naga Shadow and Tulak Horde and all those ones as well. He'll do some from the Darth Bane trilogy. So I'll show you the articulation real quick. It's a ball joint at the neck there. I'm not going to move it too much because I'll go into detail about why that is here in a second, but she does have hinged shoulders, then hinged elbows, swivel wrists, then a swivel waist, hinged hips as well, then the swivel thigh, then hinged knees and hinged ankles as well. So this cloak that she has is actually very form-fitting to her. It almost feels like it's heat shrink against her, actually. It's very stiff. That's part of the reason why I don't want to articulate her arms so much, because it just feels like it's very form-fitting against her, and I don't want to risk potentially breaking something or something rips. You might be able to take it off, I'm not sure, but I don't want to risk damaging the action figure. One thing about custom action figures is you have to be very careful about them. They're not meant to be abused or have a lot of play value in them, mostly for display. And sometimes if you move them around too much, or you articulate the joints, it might wear off some of the paint, or it might break pieces off. So just have to be careful. Mostly she's going to be displayed like this anyway. Very nice soft goods right there on her torso. Very nice detailing. I think this loincloth here is actually borrowed from an Obi-Wan. Of course, the skin tone's been painted a little bit different. She does have this lightsaber as well. I don't think we really have an official lightsaber blade color for Lonna Vash. I've seen some where she has blue. I've seen some where she has silver. Just a standard lightsaber. I'm not sure who this is borrowed from, but that is a nice hilt. So one other extra accessory as well is a separate hood, actually. And it fits very nice. He does a very good job with making these hoods, and he does it like this for just about all his action figures. I'm glad that it's a separate piece, but Lonna Vash, we never see wear a hood in the game at all. It's always just draped on her back. So I'm probably not going to be displaying her with a hood very often, but it is very nice. You can tuck some of these extra parts in a little bit, kind of get like that. Maybe you can tuck that inside her cloak there, but I don't think it's necessary. Do a quick comparison here with her student, Mitra Sirik, who I also have a review of on the channel as well. They look really good together. Two of my favorite characters from the game, or two of some of my favorite characters from the game. My goal someday is to be able to complete the entire, or at least most of the main characters from both games, and working towards that every year. I also have a review of Mitra on my channel as well. She's one of the first reviews I did almost 3 years ago at this point. But anyways, that's really all there is to say about this action figure. Would I recommend custom Lonna Vash in your collection? This is definitely more of a niche character. She's not going to be a highlight for a lot of people. A lot of people probably watching this video never even heard of her until I reviewed this. But if you're a fan of the character and you're a fan of the game, I would definitely recommend it. I paid it was expensive, but for as far as customs go, it was not too expensive. Of course, like I said, this was from Sith Jedi Customs on eBay. Not sure if he has a website or not, but if you type that in on eBay, or if you type in like famous Sith Lord like Naga Shadow custom action figure, he'll be one of the ones that pops up. And he did a really good job with this. I'm very happy with it, and he'll be another great Jedi to add to the collection. But anyways, that concludes this review. I hope you enjoyed it and found it informative and learned a little bit more about another little more unknown Star Wars character today. But anyways, if you hadn't already, please like the video and subscribe to the channel. Greatly appreciate it, and there's going to be plenty more reviews to come in the future. And greatly appreciate the support up until now, and thanks for watching.